Now, switching gears a little bit, we're going to be speaking about Business Bites because it is Global Entrepreneurship Week. And joining me this morning is Sekou Alleyne, who is the president of InvesTT. Good morning, Sekou.
Good morning. Morning, Kari. Pleasure. Thanks for having me. A pleasure to be here this morning with you guys.
Thank you for being here this morning. Now, tell us a little bit about InvesTT. Not everyone knows about it.
Sure, I'm glad you asked. InvesTT, which is Invest Trinidad and Tobago, we are the investment promotion agency for Trinidad and Tobago. We are a state agency. We report into the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and our role is to attract, facilitate, and retain direct operational investments in Trinidad and Tobago. So that is to say, we assist businesses, both local and foreign, in setting up operations in Trinidad and Tobago, businesses that will hire and employ Trinidadians, Tobagonians, primarily to service foreign markets. But yeah, we are set up really to assist businesses in getting up and running.
And which sectors are best poised to attract investment in Trinidad and Tobago right now?
Sorry, say again, you broke up a little.
Which sectors and industries are best poised to attract investment into Trinidad and Tobago?
I'm glad you asked. So we went through an initiative in InvesTT last year where we would have started with the national priority sectors as identified in the government policy framework, manufacturing, agro-processing, agriculture, maritime services, ICT, tourism, many of the sectors that you have been bandied about. And what we did is we took a look at real investor case studies and real investment trends coming into the region and coming globally and coming into the country, and identify 4 of the key target and focus areas that InvesTT have the best opportunity to attract investment in. And those would be business process outsourcing. So the provision of call center, social media, chat, and tech support services back into a North American market, as evidenced by international companies that are already engaged in that operation in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
We've also identified logistics, given the huge export economy of Trinidad and Tobago and its trade agreements into the CARICOM region, as well as into Central and South America. We've also identified electricity-intensive manufacturing. We have a huge capacity of electricity and a very robust electrical network with a low cost of energy. And so anybody involved in electricity-intensive manufacturing or assembly would do very well in Trinidad and Tobago. And the fourth, but not least, of course, is industrial maritime activity. So much of the bulk goods that are coming out of South America and being shipped into Asian and further markets can transship their goods in the Gulf of Paria in Trinidad and Tobago, given our location outside of the hurricane belt and the large Gulf that we have, and access to marine and maritime infrastructure. And so those are the 4 areas: logistics, industrial maritime, business process outsourcing, as well as electricity intensive manufacturing, that we think investors have the best opportunity to benefit from operations in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wonderful. Are there currently any major investment projects being undertaken by InvesTT?
Absolutely. So one of the major projects that we are currently involved in with our sister agency, eTech, is the provision of industrial space to accept investments in those areas, particularly in manufacturing and logistics, those areas that I just identified, and that is the development of the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate. The Phoenix Park Industrial Estate is 144 acres of industrial land that will be made available in the Point Lisas area, just 10 minutes from the Point Lisas port and a short drive to the major artery and north-south highway in Trinidad and Tobago. And the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate will make available 76 leasable land lots, anywhere from 0.5 acres up to 10 acres in size, as well as 5,000 square meter shells for investors in assembly, logistics, manufacturing, or ICT. And they will have access to this space in December 2021 when the park is slated for complete construction.
And how did the concept of this industrial park arise?
Sorry, say again? You broke up?
How did the concept of this industrial park arise?
Right, thanks. I'm glad you asked. The concept of the park arose through a memorandum of understanding between the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the People's Republic of China under the ambit of the One Belt, One Road policy that China has been pursuing. And based on that MOU, the concept of the provision of new industrial space in the port, in the Point Lisas area, in close proximity to the port, came about. And so that is where that came from, and it has led now to the commencement of the construction of the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate and making new space available in, of course, the industrial center of Trinidad and Tobago, which is Point Lisas.
That must be some exciting news for businesses and upcoming businesses that may consider moving their operations there. But what type of business really should consider moving their operations to Phoenix Park?
Great. So businesses that require close proximity to the port, so those that would be importing raw materials for production or purposes, and those businesses that are involved in logistics and distribution that, again, are going to need close proximity to the port, but also a very quick artery into distribution across the country. And so that location in central Trinidad in close proximity to the port, and then, of course, being very close to the major north-south artery in the country gives you easy access to your raw materials, easy access into the country. And then for those exporting into further markets, into global and regional markets, Central America, North America, again, have close access to the port in order to get those goods back out of Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, the sectors you mentioned earlier, what are the benefits to those sectors, by starting their businesses there in the industrial park?
Again, real estate, location, location, location. And so the course of facilitating investments within InvesTT, many of the investors, both local and foreign, have also always looked at proximity to the port and a location in central Trinidad critical to their operation. So there are many businesses now, local businesses, that may be bursting at the seams, may have a less than optimum location currently. And we would implore those businesses to take a look at Phoenix Park Industrial Estate, again, because of its location, proximity to the port, but also the flexibility in sizes and spaces that one can have access to on the park. So again, anywhere from 0.5 acres, 1 acre, 2 acres, up to 10 acres, and even more depending on the flexibility of your operation. As well, you have access to built space. There will be made available 5 shells at 5,000 square meters each. We know that's pretty large. So for those that need a smaller built space, each of those shells can also be divided into 4 segments. So you have flexibility of space, you have flexibility of whether you get access to a building or land, you have proximity to the port, you have incentives that will be applied as well, customs duty incentives through the Fiscal Incentives Act, capital expenditure allowances that will give you the ability to manage your cash flows, have access to the space you need, close proximity to the port, and again, the ability to distribute within Trinidad and Tobago very easily.
And do these incentives also apply to foreign business?
Yes, they do. So the current incentives under the Fiscal Incentives Act apply to foreign or local businesses. The special economic zone incentives will also be made on the park. The park will be a special economic zone, and those incentives are making their way through Parliament now and should be ready January, February of 2021. And those incentives, on top of the customs duty incentives for imports and the capital expenditure allowances, will also give investors access to corporate tax exemptions. And so we really believe that the package of features and benefits at Phoenix Park Industrial Estate will make an opportune space for investors / tenants to take advantage of. And InvesTT stands ready and willing to lead investors through the process of tenanting the park and onboarding on the park and being ready to take possession and start their operations in December of 2021.
And before we go, how can businesses secure their lots at the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate?
Businesses can contact InvesTT at info@investt.co.tt. That's info@investt.co.tt. That email will come to myself and my team that is poised and ready to get you an account manager. So you will be placed with an account manager that will lead you through the process of providing the information required to tenant Phoenix Park Industrial Estate. So we stand ready and we'll secure your spot now. And we look forward to working with all businesses, both regional, local, and foreign, to start the process of locating at Phoenix Park.
Such exciting news, and I'm sure the business people watching this morning are taking down all the information as we speak. But I want to thank you so much, Sekou Alleyne, for joining us this morning. Sekou is the president of InvesTT, and we're speaking about the opportunity of moving your business to the Phoenix Park Industrial Estate in Point Lisas. For more information, you could check back on the information he gave out, but that's it for now.